All right, welcome back, everybody. So there's always this campaign to stop me from bringing my coffee cup onto set. Well, this time they can't stop me because we're talking about coffee. So with the intention of encouraging rural economic development, Nespresso announced the launch of Reviving Origins. It's a new program to restore coffee farming in regions previously under conflict, or if in economic difficulty, or have suffered environmental disasters. Reviving Origins, Bring Back Lost Coffee, is part of a sustainability program called the Positive Cup that the company undertook. So joining us in studio to discuss this further, we've got Nespresso Ambassador, this is for Africa and the Middle East, Yassir Corpataux. It's good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Now, listen, I'm not going to say that I was expecting George Clooney to be sitting opposite me, but this is not a bad replacement at all. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear that.
Africa and the Middle East, that's kind of who you represent when it comes to coffee.
Exactly. My role as coffee ambassador in the region is to ensure the delivery of the message in a proper way throughout our channels. And I'm really passionate about coffee, and this is perfect job for me because I don't feel like I'm working.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, because it is such a, coffee is a passion, and people that are absolutely in love with it. It's not about just, the high that you drink from coffee, not that you call it a high, but it's a beautiful kick and a lovely feeling and an amazing taste. But there's more to it. Yeah. Talk to us about your love for this brand and for coffee.
Well, my love for this brand started on my first day as a coffee specialist in a boutique back in Switzerland. And I discovered a new world of fine drinking and fine dining experiences, and I was really happy to discover so much about a beverage that was quite average for me back in the time. And I discovered that this coffee can go beyond the cup.
Yeah, which is exactly what Nespresso, I imagine, is trying to do with this new campaign. So they're calling it Reviving Origins, Bring Back Lost Coffee. What's that all about?
Oh, Reviving Origins is such an amazing program that we started to implement back in 2011, part of our Positive Cup program that we started in 2003. So we as a company have a responsibility to act in a sustainable manner. And so, of course, we try to detect origin coffees that have the quality that we would like to propose to our consumers and our club members. And this specific coffee that we are launching soon, Tamu Zimbabwe, is part of this program, where we're going to help and support regions of coffee producer to get back on track. Most of the time, those coffee farmers faced, like you said previously, economical challenges or climate challenges or political challenges. And we are trying to revive this sector by proposing a coffee of quality, but produced in a sustainable manner, which is really important for us.
That's fascinating because, we talk about the lost coffees, and you mentioned Zimbabwe as one of the areas where, how big was Zimbabwe's coffee industry?
So back in the 1980s, Zimbabwe was producing around 15 metric tons of coffees. And for the previous year, they went down to 500 tons.
Wow.
So you can see the extreme extent they went through because of the economical issues they've
and
been
the repercussions on people's lives.
Exactly.
If you think about the job creation behind all of that, and you think of, that sustainable industry, that was a massive industry you're talking about that went down to almost nothing. And so this is the idea to grow an industry like Zimbabwe back to its glory days.
So with Nespresso, we partnered with this great company called TechnoServe, who is helping us discovering and supporting those coffee farmers in those regions. We discovered that due to these economical challenges, they went through crops on a short-term cycle, and they were not benefiting on the long term about this industry. With coffee, we provided them with support, showing them that it's possible to actually plan on the long term and benefit from this business to enhance their livelihoods and to actually have a sustainable business.
Yeah. So you talk Zimbabwe. Which other regions, which other areas are sort of defined as the lost coffees?
So we had great batches of coffee that went through the same program for the South Sudan region. As you know, South Sudan went through a massive civil war,
Yeah.
and for many years. We also have a coffee that we are focusing on from Colombia, a region where the FARCs were really active, the paramilitary groups in Colombia that actually now left the region, and allows actually the coffee farmers to get back to their business and to their passion.
Is this a different one to what's already out? Because I know that there is the Colombia one, which I absolutely love. So is this a different region that you're focusing in on now?
Yeah, exactly. So
Brilliant.
that's there is so many great source of coffee around the world throughout the coffee belt, what we call the coffee belt between the Capricorn and Cancer tropicals. And for us, like I said, we have to take this responsibility to actually revive those qualitative coffee that went through these difficulties. And I'm really happy to be here in Joburg today with you to talk about this Tamu Zimbabwe coffee that we'll be proposing soon.
I love it. I mean, I think that this is and it's something that I'll definitely support, because I mean, when you look at the countries that you're buying it from, and I mean, as soon as I see like a Zimbabwe coffee there on offer, I mean, that was something, and I would jump towards, and I think a lot of South Africans would do that. But how much does Nespresso invest in this? Because I can imagine there's a lot of money that goes into something like this, restoring the coffee farm, the region, getting it ready. How do these partnerships work, and how much does Nespresso actually invest in it?
Well, in terms of investment, it's easy. In the past 5 years, we invested as a company 500 million Swiss francs. I cannot do the exchange rate for rands, but this was part of our responsibility to making sure we go back to what we love, and those regions deserve to be put under the spotlights. And what we'll be doing as well is to support those coffee farmers with a AAA program where we're gonna actually teach them how to manage the water in a sustainable way, the shade management. There is a lot into this program that you will not see when you will visit our stores, but we'll be more than happy to tell you the story about.
Yeah, looking so forward to it. So how long is this going to take? When are we going to be able to buy the Zimbabwean coffee that you're talking about?
So the first batch of this coffee will be available this Friday.
You kidding me?
No, I'm...
Already on Friday?
Exactly.
You better gift me one.
I will, don't worry.
You promised me.
It's planned. It was a surprise, but no, you asked me.
Yeah, okay, I've ruined my own surprise. Good, because I want to be one of the first to taste this. This is really exciting. So the first batch is coming out on Friday?
Yeah, throughout all our channels. We have our 13 boutiques in South Africa.
Yeah.
You can order it online as well, and on our CRC on the phone line as well.
And then South Sudan, because I have a certain passion for South Sudan, having met far too many refugees that have run from South Sudan. When is that going to be up and running? So
now, a part of this program is to reach a certain level of commitment, but as well of quality when it comes to grow this coffee. For Zimbabwe, Tamu Zimbabwe, we plan and we really hope to be able to propose it on a permanent way in the next 5 years.
Okay.
Because it takes time to revive not only the origin, but to put in place the right processes to take care of the crops, to manage the water, to reach a level of quality of coffee that we
are satisfied with.
That we are satisfied with.
So it'll take a little bit more time with South Sudan.
But first batch is an exceptional, it's a limited edition that we are proposing to our South African consumers.
Yeah.
And we're really, really proud about it.
Fantastic. Well, that is very, very exciting. I look forward to it. So if there's an extra bounce in my step on Friday, you'll know why. Thanks to Zimbabwe and the coffee that they are producing with Nespresso. Thanks for joining us here in studio. It's been a great pleasure speaking to you. Nespresso Global Ambassador Yassir Corpataux, for discussing sustainability programs to restore coffee farming and assisting development in rural areas. And the first one on the market is Zimbabwe. Looking forward to it, and it hits the shelves on Friday. All right, let's